And with this, I think we can start. Hey, welcome in. Hello, Pexi. Hello, Evo, if you're still here. You have to excuse my rusty English. It's been too many years since I last had to really talk in English. So, you know. But anyway, I would say we can just start. At like some settings here. Wow, you haven't even said anything, yes. But I do have an activity feed. Apparently. I don't know what they changed to with OBS since I last streamed. But yeah, great to have you here. This I can turn off and... Hello. I even brought out a webcam. I found it again. I had it since I was like, I don't know, 11 years old. Back like in... I think I bought it in like 2009 or something. It's crazy. I used it back in the day to make like Lego movies or something. Anyway, not that important. For now, I'm just going to go over like all the NITN design I did. Welcome in, Spatry. I'm sorry, I really can't really pinpoint who you are in Minecraft. But anyway, yes, this is a face reveal. This is my wonderful carpet. You can't even see all the text on it. But not that important. So now to the actual gameplay, I would say. Yeah, this is NITN HQ, at least the very, very first episode. Oh, you're that guy! I'm sorry, I totally forgot. You changed your name, right? I think you used to be called something else. But yes, I used to stream like, I think it was 5 years ago that I last streamed. I actually only streamed to get like a little bit of prep in before I had like my oral exam for my, you know, my finals back then. Yeah, it's been a very, very long time. Crazy to see you here, so it's, well, surprising to say the least. Well, anyway, I guess you will be the most confused of everyone here. This is part of a, yeah, model SMP I'm on. I'm even a moderator on that server. And this is called the NITN. It is basically a, well, it's called the Nether-Ice-Tunnel-Network. So basically it's a lot of stuff built in the Nether just to get us all around there. And this is basically like a stream where I wanted to talk about the whole design behind it. Yeah, NITN, woo! Yes, the NITN was something I built last year. Basically just a lot of ice tunnels. Originally they were like built at like Y120, so right below the nether ceiling. This time around I wanted to build them right in the nether, and you can see a lot of the design I thought of in here. I deleted a lot of it as well, so you can't see everything. But this is actually the first idea I had for the actual HQ. And we will not see any of this in the later design. That's very important. Well, this is not the first thing I came up with, by the way. The first thing I came up with were actually these tunnels here, and I already started working on some of them. At least here. Maybe you can see we have like 2 tracks here for all the boats on the top part. Just because, just to remind you all, boats are really fast on ice. We'll see it in a later demonstration, probably a bit better. Well, anyway, this is where all the glass is going. I hope you're enjoying the view, Pexi. Yeah. A lot of magenta, a lot of blue currently. I am not quite sure which colors I'm going to use. That is going to be... yeah, this is going to be a vote. By the way, this isn't even most of the glass. There will be something even worse later on in the stream. Well, anyway. Yeah, this is the first layer. This is the top part. It was really important for me that people can travel quite easily through the nether. So I have like a top section here. Yeah, it's going to get way, way, way worse. The top section is for later, when you have an elytra, so you can basically just fly on the ceiling and you shouldn't hit your head into something. Then we have, of course, the middle section, where you can ride the boats and you can technically bring your horse along. I don't know why anyone would ever ride a horse, but you could. Yeah, and then the lower section, the one I'm actually most proud of, is the railway section. I'm gonna show off a bit more about that later on. This is just like a proof of concept. This is the very first design I did of this tower. I like this railway system, I guess. And yes, kind of what happened here is my first idea for the whole system. The first idea I had was another base I had like very long ago. Basically, I wanted to have like a whole city here, mostly consisting of such city blocks, and they were all connected, and they were basically a three-dimensional maze. So basically, you would have like some sort of like Ecumenopolis. So basically, like, you know, city planets, you know, like you sometimes see in science fiction or like Star Wars, for example. Have like this whole city completely encased in a massive city, and everything is connected, and it's basically just a maze where you have to run through. Most of this is not part of the actual design later on. There are two things that are still kept. The first thing is everything should feel like kind of a maze, or at least that you're kind of exploring cities. And the second thing is all this glass. Not in blue though. It's going to be magenta. So yeah, this is where the glass is going to be going. Yeah, this is the old design. I originally wanted to have like a massive building for the HQ, but I realized I really don't need it, and it's just going to waste so much time. The final build will still be quite a massive one, but it's going to be somewhat smaller. I hope at least. Somewhat manageable at least. So yeah, this is basically the first thing. About the railways down here. This is a railway crossing. I'm going to have to build a lot of those. Basically the same thing. We can just connect them to one of those paths. And in the top part, we again have all the railways. I'm going to probably change up something slightly with this, but it's going to be like 90% this. Basically you still have like all those ways, you have the crossroads, and I'm going to mark all the paths obviously with some banners, so you always know in which direction you can go to spawn. We're going to have some signs here, some billboards where I can just put on who's living in that direction. So very convenient, I hope at least. But the lower part is actually more interesting, because I'm going to use a routing system for minecarts. Basically, and we are going to see that later on when I'm talking about the hub in itself, you can select a destination, and basically your minecart will find its way. And this is kind of the main thing, because I realized last year that so many people really did not enjoy using the boats upstairs. So instead I just thought, why not just make a railway system? And you can even bring some friends along when you're riding, or just chest minecarts. So yeah, I could show up some of the redstone. It's actually very simple. It's basically just once we go over with a minecart here. I can't actually show this in the demo, but how does it work with multiple people using the railroad system? It doesn't work well. That is the only problem, and you can't really fix it. The only advantage is that NITN is still kind of massive, so the chance that two people crash into each other at the same time is actually kind of slim. I hope at least. I don't know, if it happens multiple times I'm gonna have to like go back to the drawing board. Let's be honest. But like basically what I'm going to do here, yeah, we'll find out. The idea is that you will have a chest minecart in the front that's going to come here first, and it has some routing items, and here are some item filters basically, and they turn some of those rails around. And then yeah, we are going to absolutely have to invest in minecart insurance. This is, by the way, also the reason why I have like an emergency exit built in, so people can actually go out when they crash here. But anyway, yeah, back to the point. Basically, I have some item filters. They check what minecart is kind of coming here, and they're going to switch all those tracks. And then we have like this detect array, and a few seconds after the last minecart passes here, they switch back. This is basically the whole system. Really simple. I saw it in a video once and then just kind of clicked that it was like the perfect thing to do for the system here. So I will hope that it will work at least. I don't know. We'll see. Also, you can see a lot of deep slate. A lot of deep slate. I'm probably not going to build like all those pillars under all those roads for now. Those are going to probably be later parts of the design, just because it's going to take so long. It's kinda crazy. But, I mean, I have like the whole summer, I guess. Well, anyways. Yeah, I better hope that. By the way, did you see the coupon I left you in a chest? Employee discount? Well, anyway, this is here kind of my design area. The iron, yes, the one piece of iron. I hope you use it well. It's named. Well, anyway, I left a chest. Wait, what? I had a chest I left in front of your portal with one piece of iron in there that was named. I mean, you did ask for the premium tunnel, so I thought you could use it. But I don't know. It wasn't by the where did I leave it? Maybe I just have the, you know, the memory of a goldfish. I left it somewhere. I hope I left it. Front door, basically the same thing, okay? Front door, exactly. Well, this is kind of where I want your input here. Not just yours, I'm going to post it in Discord later on. Basically all the colors. I know I'm going to use magenta, and that's going to be for the, what is the south direction, I think it is. Because that's where the hub is going to go. And the hub is going to use a lot of this magenta color. And I want to color all the other paths as well. And I'm going to, probably in an hour or so, post all, basically those images, just to see how the different glass colors look. I can guarantee you I'm not going to use black. I really hate farming ink. And since we can't really use those wither farms without using glitches, we are kind of limited to that. But yes, that is kind of where I checked a few colors and what you mean. I mean, you could always break the rules ourselves. I mean, true, but how much ink does it produce? Because I don't think it's going to be enough if I'm really going to do like all those tunnels in black. But it's good to know. I always forget that Guardians actually produce some ink. Because I'm still going to use it at some point. I would even buy it for once. So yeah, this is kind of the tunnel design. Except for this massive thing here. This thing, you have actually seen like 40% of it. This is the spawn building. This is also why we had to dig those massive amounts of rocks. Yeah, I mean, it is mostly from squids that get into the farm. I mean, Guardians kind of kill squids, if I remember correctly. Well, anyway, this is the spawn building. You have already seen some of it. The only things you have not seen is, first of all, this wall. I have not yet put up all the item frames, because this is where a map will go. And I'm going to do the thing that I did last year. We had like this massive map, like under some glass, where all the portals were marked on. Yeah, no problem. I didn't, you know. I don't think you really need it, but, you know, maybe it could be useful for you. Back to the point. Okay, I wanted to have like a big map where you can like orient yourself, and I have some lecterns here, where I'm, like last year, going to just write in all the stations we have in each direction, just so you can ride around. Also, I have like, they're currently not filled, but I'm going to put both rafts and rafts with chests in there. And I have like massive storage behind here. This is very important. Just so everyone always has a boat. And we can actually... Like, I'm going to demonstrate a bit later on how fast those boats are. Because there's like a massive speed comparison you can see between a minecart ride and boats later on. But the minecart is still nice to have. So yeah, this is the spawn building. At least the part that we already know. I don't have black concrete yet. This is why I could use some ink, by the way. Yeah. And this is the area of expansion. Basically, the second floor. And this is the railway system. I'm going to show off how it works in another demo. I have like basically a copy of our world because I am evil. I'm an evil mod and I know the seed. So where I placed basically all of it already and sheeted all the parts in just to make it a bit quicker. Just to show off how fast this whole system is. But basically you can here select a destination. Yes, I am evil, I know. Yeah, I mean, I am the one who found the seed, so you don't know. Well, anyway, you can select your destination. Like, for example, you want to go to NITN HQ or the shopping district. You just press here, button goes on. And there's like a lot, and I mean a lot of redstone here, which is why I actually really appreciate that we can use Lightmatica this season. Because, yeah, I don't want to bug fix it later. Yeah. Basically a lot of redstone. There's a chest minecart that gets loaded with all the filter items that we will get from all those droppers, yeah, in the back here. Is there a piece of redstone missing? I think there's a piece of redstone missing. Oh no. Well, anyway, yeah, basically this minecart will get sent forward, and once it basically passes this minecart where you'll be sitting in at the end, you're getting, yeah, sent forward, and you can follow the minecart, and it's going to route you to wherever you wanted to get. And again, I kind of mentioned it, you can have up to 4 extra minecarts. You can have extra passengers, or you can just have a storage minecart. 34 stacks of ink sacks, actually kind of nice. Again, I would probably buy some. Or could, you know, accept some donations. But anyway, 2 types of minecarts, very important. As always, I'm going to provide all of this. 3 hours of AFK, yeah, that's still kind of fine, because it's, you know, you're AFKing anyway. So why not? So yeah, this is the exit ramp for the minecarts. Basically, if you go to the spawn building, you will exit here, and here's like one of those ejector rails, so you will actually end up on this block. And you can actually not ruin all the other minecarts because of all this glass here. And if you had extra items with you, so if you had filled chest minecarts, they will end up here. And all the other ones will automatically get destroyed. So you don't have to actually worry about them. Well, that's perfect. Yo, Raps, welcome in. Welcome in. You missed the beginning. I know, that's kind of sad. I'm gonna show some stuff later on, because, again, I kind of have a demo world where I've already built all of this. Exactly, Raps. So yeah, basically the minecarts will end up here. At least if they are still filled. If they're not filled, they actually just get destroyed on some cactus. I hope that the thermal timing won't ruin this, but it's actually really simple, basically. It just detects if something is in there. Perplex, okay, sure. Hey, no worries, no worries. I'm still glad to have you here. So basically the minecarts will end up in the cactus, otherwise they will end up on this detector rail and will light up this lamp. Very useful, I think. So you just don't forget it. And I also have like this extra portal. I'm going to have to change this because it kind of breaks. For some reason I always thought... I hope this wasn't too loud. Basically the system works when it's built in the overworld, because for some reason overworlds are slightly longer loaded. If I'm trying to do it in the nether, it kind of breaks, and well, this lava bucket will spill everywhere. Yeah, I thought so. No worries, perhaps. Yeah, and we also have like an exit ramp here, in case you actually want to visit the nether for once. It's kind of empty here. I don't know why. Probably not my fault. So yeah, this is all the spawn building. Again, we've seen like half of it already. Maybe less than half. So this is probably something I'm going to add like probably next week, hopefully. It's going to take a bit of time. Anyway, now I would say it's time to talk about the actual hub area. If I can find it. I can never remember. It's in this direction. You know, originally I didn't even use world edit on this in this world, and you're really limited by the fill command how many blocks you can change. So this was a pain in the ass to make. Gonna be completely honest. But anyway, again, old NITN HQ, you can ignore all of this. I'm not gonna talk about it again. It is awful. But this is one of the first designs, and I actually incorporated a lot of this design in the final build. Basically, you arrive here, and you can get out of your boat here. And this here is the hub area. This is not the correct one. Again, this is just the first one I built. I was kind of testing. Basically, the whole idea was that I would have basically the whole hub area suspended from massive iron chains. Thank you. Yeah, definitely not copied from somewhere. And I wanted to basically have like different pillars and something where we could build all those shops. I'm going to talk about shops later because like this part especially is actually one-to-one copied into the final design. I just wanted to show off some like thought that I had. One of the biggest problems I had when designing the whole thing is like putting the redstone somewhere, because it's actually kind of a complex build. Which is why we have those weird buildings on here. These are basically just here to hide some redstone. Again, not in the final build, but just to think about. And you can also see a lot of black glass. We will not have any black glass. I have changed the color for obvious reasons. So yeah, we have like the old, you know, the old message board, the old news board that I had last year. Obviously slightly differently shaped, because I'm not the king of turds anymore. So yeah. And this down here is the first design of the NITN HQ. And we will see a lot of those yeah, ideas that I had still in the final design. So, for example, we have NITN employee number 2. Very diligently working here, ready to help you out. And we even have my new old office. It was important to me that this is inside here. Oh, thank you. Good NITN employee number 2. They're actually even more important NITN employees in the final version. But yeah, NITN employee number 2. My favorite. So we can see we still have like, you know, NITN storage. Very interesting, just a storage room. Also, a respawn area for me. And the library. Bring back the old... Yeah. I mean, I really do love the old office. It's great. And yes, basically the whole idea was that we have like some seating areas and you can fill out your forms, like the NITN portal access form, and I even have it made that it actually... Why can't I... Why can't I interact with this? I don't know why it could be creative mode. I don't know. Can I try it in survival mode? I'm actually kind of confused why I can't use those at the moment. Maybe it's... Okay, I get why it is. This is basically a copy of another design. This is actually not the first design, I just realized. So this is a texture glitch. This is also why all those chests are empty. Technically, there's no book in there. Yeah, but technically there would be books and they would automatically refill. I mean, yes, bureaucracy is extremely important, okay? I mean, yeah, it's not just a storage room. But it's not as special as the final storage room. So yeah, but still we have some seating. I also had to make sure that the whole hub area is aligned properly, so my seat looks properly. Proper fine. Oh, I can sit here. Could even go in free cam. Look at me. Perfect. It's a chair. Even the full title on display. Very important, I know. So yeah, this is basically the first design I had. And we will probably see some of the design ideas I had originally still inside of the final hub, which I will show a bit later. Probably next. I don't think we need to see the other 2-3 designs in the middle. And this thing here over here. This is also going to be very important, but I think we can talk about it after I go to the final version. Spectator mode. Which is somewhere over here. I don't think it's this one. No. Aha! Here it is. In all of its magenta-y glory. The new NITN hub. And this is where the 17,000 magenta glass come from. This is actually a lie. This is not where the 17,000 magenta glass come from. The area from around here, this corner, to about here is 17,000 glass. So I might need a bit more later. I don't know. Might have to farm some myself. Yeah, I know that you almost have those ready, but I'm also going to need a lot of glass for the tunnels themselves, so I don't know. But we'll see. So basically this is the final design. This is the one that I'm going... Yeah, absolutely MVP. I like it. You are going to get all the employee discounts. Which is like 10%, we all know that. So anyway, this is basically the new tunnel. Oh, perfect. We can always use more sand. And worst case, hey, you can always sell it later on, no? So, yeah. This is the new tunnel. Basically very similar to the first version. Just we have like a more of a landing bay here in the end. Just so people can, you know, brake properly and get out of here. You know, it's NITN discount, you know? Maybe we can add like some 10% together and, you know, reach a more agreeable number. Well, you are aware that I can't even pay for all those materials you've already given me, right? So anyway, let's just ignore that. Still boats, very, very fancy. And when you first come out, you have the temporary pole of horses. I don't know if anyone will ever use a horse, but you know, just in case, some leads here. Also the NITN news, still they're very important, okay? As well as a book where I put all the NITN locations again, just so you can find them. And we still have all those chains. I really love those. And I really love it with the magenta glass, especially, I'm currently running on... yeah, massive depth. I'm currently running on 32 chunks. I think the render distance on the server's 10 chunks. So it's probably more going to look like this. So you're like basically in the middle of a massive portal on both ends. And you're basically getting pulled through the whole system right now. Yes. Basically, this is where I'm at. You can follow the roads up here. And we have like some space for like some minor stalls or something like that. Where we can just put something up very quickly. We can also reach the top part of the NITN transport system here. Where you can start with an elytra. Technically you could start from down there, but you know, I had space. Okay, but now it's probably time to talk about this whole thing here. This year round, I wanted to completely change the way we do shops. Because there was one thing I thought was really boring, and that was, well, I mean, it's the mall aesthetic, let's be honest. I didn't want to repeat that again. And due to Fresh Air Fridays, I walked around so much in my city, and I kind of loved, like, kind of the sense of adventure that you have. Where you kind of, you know, go through a passageway and find like a new shop you didn't even know about. And this is kind of what I want to recreate with this building here. So basically, you cannot go down from here. At least not directly. And if you, for example, want to reach the HQ, you kind of have to. So instead, you will have to walk up here and go over this hanging bridge. Obviously, some carpet so we don't get some weird spawns here. And you will end up in this little alley here. And you can see here on the right, for example, is a very small shop, and on the left there's another very small shop. But if you paid attention, on the right there's another pathway. You can just walk up here and maybe even fall down if you really enjoy that. Otherwise you can just follow the path further up. And you will land here in a little plaza. And you can see a lot of other shops are here that you could technically rent or buy. I'm going to change the pricing a little bit, but I'm going to talk about that later. But basically you can see that those... yeah, Elo's probably going to fall here. You can see that those shops are really, really small. So this is kind of what I wanted to talk about with you, Pexy. Basically, instead of cobble and stone, you might have to do like a lot of shops. Where like every shop sells like 1 or 2 items. Which, by the way, is totally fine. Like, no problem. But the idea is that those shops are also spread out, so you have a reason to explore, actually. Like, for example, there's another door up here. Well, how can you reach that door? Well, you kinda have to explore now. Well, it's at least not over here. As you can see, nothing here. I mean, yeah, definitely Ezreal. you should probably get multiple shops. That's kind of the idea in this whole system here. That people get multiple shops, and those shops will in turn be a lot cheaper. Basically, I'm going to have some recommended pricing, but because I want everyone to have the chance to have a shop, I'm also going to give the offer to just donate something that you will think is worth your shop space. I will absolutely build more buildings here. This is just the first one to kind of show off the concept, and also I needed some way to get down, you know, to my office. So this is also very important here. So basically you can explore here, and you see up there are some shops, and here's another alleyway. And you might look around and you see, oh, look over here, there's a chain. And you can go down here, and there are even more shops. How nice. And even more, and there are like even more pathways. Like the one to the right. This one actually leads you to the railway station. Then I'm going to talk about the railway station in a minute. Again, or like, I'm going to show it off in the test world, where I actually placed where exactly I want this whole hub to be. And as you can see, you can go down here, and there are even more stairs downstairs. And probably a lot of space for more shops. Like for example, here I have like 3 little shop spaces. So they were also planned already. But while they are slightly bigger, or at least more conveniently sized, they're also kind of out of the way. So something to think about. Anyway, when we go back to our tour, for example, you can go through this passageway, and I don't know, if you want to turn right, you have like another shop over here, completely hidden away, directly under all the other shops, but it's still the same like blue building we saw on top here. Or if you wanna go through this alleyway, you are going to end up where we started. So this is kind of the idea that I have, where you are kind of exploring and maybe finding multiple pathways, and I really want to encourage that if people really want to build their own shops, and this is going to be a possibility later on when I'm just going to build like islands like this that are completely free of apartment buildings, I guess you could call them, where you can build more freestyle, but I kind of really want to encourage that people build like mazes of pathways basically. But anyway, I'm just gonna fly the rest of the way, so we don't have to walk everything. But yeah, there are like some more shops down here, and probably there will be some connections later on, because for now those are just like dead ends basically. And yeah, as you can see, like a little hidey hole over there, and some pathways around the whole side here. I'm probably going to put like a flying airship or something over here. That's something I really thought about. But then again, I don't know if I can even buy boats exactly. I mean, I cannot buy boats, but you know, build boats. Yeah. And now the most important part, the new NITN HQ. I posted a screenshot of this like months ago, I feel like. Or basically back when we announced the server. Yeah. This is where we are. Slightly changed from before. Boats are kind of difficult, yeah, you're completely right. Again, NITN employee number 37 in this time. I made some accidents while building this, you know, happy little accidents. But NITN employee number 37 is very, very happy in his job. I agree. So anyway, we have like a chest for donations this time, so like, I don't know, if you don't like your birch boat, you can just put it away, and the next time you look, it's gone. Magic. Same for like filled out forms, you can just leave them in here, and you can, I don't know, enjoy some skeletons, I guess. And this is the new office building, and I've kind of mentioned it before, but there are actually 2 more offices. Like for example this one, where good old NITN employee number 68 is living. Isn't that great? And we even have a second office that you could live in if you join NITN now. And you could be the promised NITN employee number 71. I really don't like this guy. So anyway, yeah, this one, those are just the small offices for, you know, the lower workers. You know, we don't really care about them. Again, we have my office. Was really important to re-edit here. I kind of changed the carpet as well. Like before, it was cyan. When did an employee number 69 and 420? Well, you know, Anyway, they're probably fine somewhere. This is the new office. Again, it's basically a copy from the first design I had. And this is like kind of a secret feature you may not have seen. If I put like a board in here, it disappears once you close the chest. This is like basically if I were to put a form in there. This light turns on, just so I know where that people actually have some forms filled out. So yeah, this is the new library. You can still sit here. Here I will put all those notebooks, for example. Here you can take them out and then, you know, it's just going to automatically refill. This is probably going to get really annoying if people really enjoy free notebooks. But like last year, I don't think anyone ever took them except for me. Then I have some space here for like all the information booklets. Like I talked about the spawn proofing one that's going to end up in here. And I'm also going to put some copies in here in case somebody actually wants to read them, you know, somewhere else. I don't know why anyone would ever do that. And also some new seating area. Also not tall enough to properly look over things. I don't know. So the last really important thing is probably employee benefits. If you start working for NITN, you get actually access to this very, very nice employee lounge. With water in the nether. Imagine that. That's rare. Also toaster. And a TV. Well, anyway, this is kind of where I am standing here with the whole NITN design. This is kind of what I wanted to show off, just so you guys know what all the glass is for. I have like some employee stuff down there. Probably NITN news, at least. And something about Hypnotoad, I don't know. The classics. So yeah, this is basically where I'm at right now. And this is actually what I wanted to show off. This is basically what I'm going to be working on. Yeah, classic. All the classics. The last thing I wanted to show off is actually a speed test. Oh wait, no. Totally forgot. Am I going to show it here? No, I think I'm going to show it off in the other world where I actually have everything kind of more planned out. Just so I don't, you know, dock some server information, I'm just gonna, you know, hide the game for a second and switch worlds, because I actually have some worlds that have names that may or may not include the seed. I don't know. Where am I? This is, I think, this word here. Looks kind of correct. Yeah, should be it. Haven't been on this world in a few days. But this is basically one of those crossroads. But for now I think we can just... Oh no, wait. Now I know where I was confused. This is basically where the NITN is going to be placed. It's quite far south, as you can see, like in the coordinates, like in the corner here. It's 500, like 600 blocks in the positive Z direction. I've already built most of the path there, so that's not really a problem. Except for like the last two crossroads that I still have to do. That still does mean that there's going to be a lot of digging coming your way. And this is basically the smallest size I can even build the whole hub area. As you can see, it's really just the corner I described. Basically from here to over here. This is the whole area. Goes from the nether ceiling. This is the whole black stone over there. Is basically one block below the nether ceiling, and then we have 3 different layers of glass to achieve this whole foggy effect. I don't know why. I think it's one of the mods that kind of messes with glass textures somewhat. So sometimes it looks kind of buggy. It for some reason works better if you're looking down on glass. I do not know why. But I really like this effect, so we really need those 3 layers of glass. So, now that we are in this world, I can actually show off the railway system. There are 2 parts of it, I would say, because we are going to test... I'm thinking, am I going to start on this side? Yeah, probably. It's probably the easiest to just start on here. I did not know that I would have to do... Yeah, you know what? The problem is, I do not know how to do the whole thing. Can I just do it here? Log, no. You know what? I'm just gonna open Twitch for a second, because I'm using OBS for everything right now. I'm going to be like really evil here. I have no idea how to mod stuff. Can I just mod one of you guys? Yeah. Hey! Pexi, can you do something? I'm really confused. My most valued employee, please do something. Or maybe you, I don't know. Maybe you, I'm gonna trust you to not abuse your mod powers. That has worked very well until now. But thanks. Perfect. I don't know. Stop the bots! I don't know, I've seen you deal with them. No, I actually kind of confused because I'm using OBS, and the last time I streamed, I also used OBS, but I basically managed everything from the stream page, and I have no idea how to do it from OBS, which is kind of annoying, and I actually never knew it. I guess it's just changing your language to English that attracts all the bots. I don't know. Well, select your destination, same spiel as last time. You can actually select one of the destinations. Important when we're talking about those destinations is that obviously I'm not going to connect everyone, but some major locations could be interesting. Like for example, if like 5 people live close by to each other, it could be valuable to build like one of those train stations basically. And again, like last time, you can select them as long as you don't press 2 buttons at the same time, because that actually breaks the system. But you haven't heard it from me, okay? Important. So let's pretend we go to spawn. Actually, the routing on this world doesn't actually work. I just disabled it. It technically works. Yeah, for example, west part of the map or something. You could probably do something. Cool peeps home, obviously. I mean, this is actually also me, so I don't know. I guess it's just 2 times the same area you can go to. But anyway, you can get your whole minecarts here. I don't know, you can get up to 4 of them, just as I described earlier. You have to kind of put them in order just to make sure that they actually work properly. And then let's just pretend I'm getting like a chest minecart and, I don't know, filling it with very, very important bolts because I really don't want to carry them myself. And I don't know, I bring a friend along. Let's just pretend I had friends. And going to put that one there, and I don't know, like another minecart here. You fill the whole thing. And because it's a stream, it's going to break, by the way. This is already known. And then you just get into the minecart, press this button, and now we wait. Awkwardly. For around 20 seconds while the whole routing system functions. I hope it didn't break, because that would be kinda embarrassing. It didn't break, okay. As you can see, all the minecarts are getting... I'm going to turn down that sound. I have the feeling that this is going to be way too loud for this stream. What was it? Is it... I'm just gonna turn down the sound in general. I'm too lazy to check which one it is. Yeah, as you can see, we're getting followed by minecarts. We ourselves are on a minecart. It's going to take like probably a minute or 2 for us to arrive back at spawn. But again, you have like all those items now. It's actually really convenient. And technically the routing would work, but because I only have like the one path you can currently go, I kind of disabled it or just, you know, manually overrid it. Or written it, I guess. So yeah. So you can see, we go around here. There are the other minecarts. And we wait. I'm just gonna pretend to watch my watch, I guess. But think of the possibilities to have like a friend sitting right behind you and you can still talk to them via voice chat. It's going to be great. Yes, this was the second station. As you can see, the stations will, or not the stations, the crossroads will actually be less spaced apart the closer we get to spawn, because I'm going to expect that most people are going to live close to spawn. So it makes more sense to have it separate like that. I mean, that's the dream date idea here, okay? Screaming at each other while you're sitting in a minecart. I mean, it's basically the most romantic thing I can ever, you know, think of. And we arrived. As you can see, you get dropped off on exactly this block here. And because we had some minecarts that were filled, all the minecarts landed up here. And you can just, you know, break them, get all your boats. I broke something. I shouldn't have done that. And pick them up and, like, you could store them in here. All that stuff. I think I need to do some timing stuff. As you can see, a lot of stuff landed over here. A lot of minecarts. I think that's just a minor timing glitch, but I can fix that. In post, probably. Yeah, this is basically how it looks in this direction. And now just to compare speeds, I really wanted to do that. It's kind of important to me that I can show you how much faster it is to just use the ice ray system. I still don't have boats up here. Let's pretend we have a raft here, and we actually got it from one of those droppers. Yeah, thank you, Raps. Right, I am looking south, yes, exactly. So we can just get in here. And now just to compare it. The most important part is that it's a lot more quiet. So, you know, the whole yelling date probably kind of ruined, because there's a lot less yelling going on. And we're already here. And I overshot. Pretend there was a wall, okay? There's going to be a wall. Also, I have like these side railings, I guess, that you can use to slow down if you're way too fast. Not that I could, because I'm always, you know, perfectly speeded. Running with perfect speed. And we are back at the hub area. Yes, and this is basically the whole idea. I hope I could clarify some stuff. I hope at least. Unless there are some questions left, I think this is basically it. I'm already streaming for an hour. I did not realize I was talking that much. So yeah, this is basically the hub. I'm going to mark out where to dig, probably over the next few hours. And build the whole ice path, so it's going to be a lot easier to work with this. And yes, this is kind of where I stand currently. Well, I at least hope there aren't any questions left. I hope this was clear enough. I always hope that I, you know, formulate my sentences clear enough, especially when I'm doing it in writing for like all those stuffs. 18 stacks of ink, perfect. It's great. I love it already. Going to use it instantly here. Will there be a VOD of this? I don't know what the setting is currently, but technically I have it recorded locally. Like worst case. Which part did we dig the other day? The spawn area. It's like the thing over yonder here. So yeah, I think there will be a VOD. I don't know what the setting is currently. Worst case, I'm going to upload it somewhere like unlisted and put a link somewhere. Just in case you're interested in watching it again. But I think the standard setting in Twitch is that you keep VODs for like 2 weeks, I think, right? It's been so long since I last streamed. It's been like 5 years, but I think last time I streamed I had it set up, so yeah, it might. Okay. So, yeah. This is basically where we stand. This is what I want to show off. I don't know if I would really stream a lot of the grindy stuff on the server. Oh, yeah. No worries, Raps. Yeah, basically this is the idea. I'm not going to, yeah, stream a lot of the grindy stuff on the server. I don't think I could, you know, entertain people for like 2 or 3 hours of just digging rocks. So I'm probably instead just going to stream some of the events. If you are interested, you can, you know, drop a follow if you haven't yet. And I'm probably going to do that on Friday. It's probably the first event from what I've seen. I hope we get all the mod work done before then. And then, you know, you get like a second point of view, I guess. Okay, If that is all, I hope there aren't any questions left. Otherwise, you can always ask me later in Minecraft chat. I'm probably going to join the server in like a few minutes. Otherwise, I would probably just stop the stream here. That was probably a productive hour. So I guess this is it. See you all later. Probably Friday. Or, you know, in like 10 minutes because I can't stop playing Minecraft. Yeah, see you all.